At 10, a monster storm slamming the Sunshine State.
A ferocious Hurricane Milton storming ashore, barreling through west coast coastal towns and cities like Sarasota.
The system spawning terrifying tornadoes. I heard a piece of glass crack and sucked the whole roof off. A bunch of Fort Myers nailed. Entire neighborhoods torn apart. The east coast of the state also dealing with tornado terror. Mobile home communities decimated.
Just kind of heartbreaking.
First responders taking cover when a twister hit their headquarters.
This thing came through and took this out within a moment.
Drivers from storm-ravaged cities trying to get out of harm's way and stunned by the spinning sights they saw heading east on Alligator Alley.
Great, we get away from the hurricane, but here we are, tornadoes now.
So many other parts of Florida seeing damage as well. Milton's wrath felt far and wide.
And we've already seen the extent of the damage done, and the full scope of this disaster will likely be even worse when the sun comes up.
Extensive 19 coverage tracking Milton.
Hurricane Milton making landfall tonight in Siesta Key as a major Category 3 system. Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm Balkis Naray.
Craig Stevens, the storm dropped heavy rain, spawned tornadoes, and pushed in feet of storm surge along the Gulf Coast.
7 News has 19 coverage across the Sunshine State tonight. First up, Nicole Salata in Sarasota, just north of where that storm hit. Nicole.
Well, Belkis, we did have a respite a little while ago with the eye, but I'm going to step out of the way, and you can see now that the wind has really picked up again outside where we are in a hotel right across from the Sarasota Bradenton Airport, if that gives you any sort of reference, if you're familiar with this area. Now, just to give you sort of an idea of the lay of the land, we are maybe 10 to 15 minutes from the Gulf in one direction, maybe only 5 in another direction. But still, this is considered one of the areas that's safest. It's called evacuation level D. A's, A, B, and C are the other levels where folks might live close to the water or in mobile homes, something like that. Those are the folks who are all evacuated. No one had a mandatory evacuation in this area, but you can see still, look at these gusts. Look how strong they are. We, driving back in here, encountered a lot of tree damage. We'll show you some of that in just a moment. But right now we are just experiencing these high gusts, but interestingly, not as much of the heavy rain that we got all day long. So this is obviously what folks were afraid of. They don't want during the eye when people are maybe thinking about going outside. Of course, best to get back inside because then you encounter this. Let's show you a little bit of what we saw a little bit earlier this evening.